Okay, welcome back, everyone, to episode 2 of our new Pathfinder Second Edition campaign 3. So, just as we left off last session, the party had fallen from the sky um, with some sort of amnesia and a scar placed weirdly behind your ear in the middle of nowhere, somewhere in Eshmalin. Um, you were introduced to Luai, who was a traveler who lives in a nearby settlement called New Scar. And him and his compatriots kind of were scavengers, kind of just looking for food before they headed back. And as you kind of were introduced to him and arrived at his camp, you realized that his camp were currently getting attacked by a bunch of goblins. You helped out, assisted them, and then eventually um, uh, defeated the goblins and were invited to spend the night at the camp before you were to head over to Newscar. But during the night, Vordain, our dwarven fighter, noticed a number of the goblins getting up in the night and walking off, including the one who had his head blown off by Spike. And upon inspection in the morning, their bodies had returned. No real indication that they had been reanimated, other than the fact that they had left loads of trails going into the woods. So Cobweb, our ranger, decided to inspect the trail leading off to the through the woods and up into the mountains nearby, where you found a cave that had a rank kind of smell coming from within it. It was lined with salt, and as you descended into a cavern, you kind of arrived in this open cave that seemed to be made of living, rotting flesh, with a black stone platform at its center. So that's where we left off. So that's what do you want to do? You're standing in the entrance to this cavern, looking at this black stone platform, which probably rises about 15 feet in the air. It's kind of maybe obelisky. There's a kind of it seems to be made of maybe stone, a black stone like granite or obsidian, and is sort of radiating some sort of almost green magic from it. You can't see what's on top of the platform from where you are, but you can always go in and investigate it further if you'd like.
I think my curiosity is getting the better of me, even though I'm trying not to throw up as well. But...
Yeah, most of you are feeling kind of sickened in here.
There we are.
But if you would like to go forward and investigate, you're welcome to. Are you stepping in? You're stepping into the cavern then, Cobweb.
What do other people think?
I'm curious. You know, I want to know why the zombies are coming this way and why there's a great big ziggurat in the ground. And why the salt seems to work.
Frankly, I think you're all mad just considering coming in here. Wait, why have I followed you?
Why have you followed us?
The madness.
Because you are curious. Sorry, I forgot who I was playing then. You are curious, that's why.
Spreading.
I mean,
The Fondle was coming.
I guess a bit. I mean, I've not. Wait, Fondle's what?
Okay, let's move.
Right.
No, so yeah. Feel free to.
I'll step forward.
Okay, you step into the cavern as you kind of make your way out of the connecting cave ravine network into the actual cavern itself. Your foots kind of squish onto the floor below you, and you feel that there's a little bit of a give, but it's not entirely fleshy. It almost as if there's a thin layer of flesh covering what the stone underneath. And stepping down on it, like with a little bit of a squelch and a little puff of kind of acrid, kind of rotting smell, almost like a sweet, sickly kind of smell. You step over and begin to investigate the monolith. Make a perception check for me, Cobweb, just for an investigation.
while Cobweb does this, I'd like to have a look at the flesh. See if if
Sure.
the ground had turned into flesh, or if flesh was added.
Yeah, make a perception check for me as well.
Okay.
And
Did I do it right? Oh no, that's not on my.
That's
Sorry,
a
wrong character sheet.
5.
that's the new one.
Wrong character
Well,
sheet. But
we'll use that roll, but the
okay.
we'll use the first roll, and then we'll just add your perception modifier. So that's
Okay, yeah,
10
that-
you got.
that makes-
Okay, so you got a 10. Marius got a 1. Marius, as far as you're aware, other than the fact that unless you want to cut open the flesh and start inspecting it, you can't quite tell how deep it goes. It doesn't feel necessarily it's not like you're stepping on a dead body though. Like it's not like that.
More like a mouth.
Yeah, and there's natural kind of rocky stalagmites or shaped structures that are appearing around the cavern, which could originally have been organic, that have since had some sort of flesh either turned into flesh or covering it. But the obelisk itself, Cobweb, as you approach and begin to kind of peer over the top, you see what seems to be a person lying down with a woman wearing a kind of black robe with two large black wings all pinned to the obelisk itself with nails, as if she's been trapped there. Pins through her hands, her feet, her legs, and her arms. And she seems unconscious and just kind of lying there, splayed out. Her wings sort of splaying out before her as well. Let me show you what you see.
This doesn't look right to me.
Do we all see this?
Yeah. If you want to come up and have a look as well, but yeah, once you get a bit closer, you could, you can stand on a nearby stalagmite and have a look, and you can see it from there as well. And
Marius would like to cast Read Aura.
Ooh.
On the.
What does that do?
Hang on. So I've noticed that detect magic is more like a ping, and the things that detect magic would be for 5e is actually just Read Aura.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think detect magic
Okay.
it's just like a yes or no type thing.
Yeah, there's magic here.
Sure. Yeah. Magical auras. Yeah. So when casting is complete, I mean, it's kind of a target object. I'll say that you do get a very strong sense of some sort of necromantic magic coming from this person. Whether this is some sort of ritual that was imposed, you can't even tell. It's inspecting the woman who's lying there. She seems very large as well, larger than a kind of average human. And her two black wings sort of splayed out. You've heard of stories of Asimar and angels and things like that. But you've never ever come across anything that this could be referencing. As you kind of look a bit closer, you see Cobweb just on her left cheek is a little tear, kind of just perpetually just lying there.
Can I can I try and help her through medicine, or can I inspect her wounds?
Yeah, so I mean the main thing is that you can't quite tell from this what is necessarily keeping her unconscious. But it's kind of obvious straight up that she's got and the nails that are pinning her to the stone platform are they're black and made of a kind of almost glass that have been malleted into place, and they seem to be going straight through her into the rock itself. You can try and pull one off if you want, but it'll be difficult.
I think I want to try and pull out a nail.
Okay, make a athletics check for me. What's everyone else doing?
I'm just gonna call out. Can I just say we don't necessarily know if we want to be doing that. We don't know
Yeah.
whether she, if you release her, she could like just kill us all. We don't know what her intentions are or who that is.
Might be worth waking her up first.
Hmm.
You know, before
She looks
I'm
like she's
guessing
in
a
a
lot
lot.
of necromancy
I'm
in
just
that
saying she
area.
might be chained up for a reason.
Hmm.
Is there
I-
ever a good reason to do this to someone?
I mean,
I mean, if they're totally evil and gonna kill everyone, then yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Also,
I'll try and
regardless,
pick her up first.
regardless, I had this one roommate at university, and
Oh,
Yeah,
here we
great,
go.
great guy, but if you woke him up, angry as fuck.
Hmm.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't love being woken up, so
Yeah,
just bear that in mind.
I'd be
took him
more
maybe
angry being
like
woken up and having the nails still stuck in me, you know.
I mean, sure, but I would rather we not accidentally free the thing that tries to kill us.
Okay. Do you think
Considering the fact that our
Right.
necks have necromancy around it, and
Mhm.
the things we're walking around, and this thing is here, and there's salt suggesting it doesn't. There's someone that doesn't want anyone in here.
I'm
I'm
inclined to think that the
suspicious.
person doing all that though is the one who's the issue.
I mean, the salt kept the undead away, and if
Mm.
there's necromancy, it could be our fair lady here, who's the
it
one
could,
that's been making the zombies walk around.
unless the
Mhm.
salt is to keep her in.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like that.
I am a bit more worried now, but um
As you kind of look down at her and have more of a chance to kind of inspect her wounds, you notice that she's very emaciated. She's humanoid, but she does have seemingly the wrong proportions. Her arms and her legs are very much longer than normal, and her what were clearly once magnificent black wings kind of tattered. And actually, parts of them, the actual feathers, seem to be kind of partially fused into the stone as well. Um,
as a ranger, do I recognize the feathers from any particular animal or
make me a nature check.
did that do the thing?
Yes. Uh, I think probably the closest guess would be like similar to like a raven or a crow's wings.
Okay.
But you notice that her skin, especially where the nails like are pinning her to the stone, are kind of grey. Her skin is kind of grey and cracked. But you notice as you kind of look a bit closer, there's kind of green light kind of spilling out of the wound, very very faintly, barely visible. And as you kind of kneel next to her, and the closer you get to her, the room temperature seems to be dropping quite considerably around. Like it seems very cold around her.
Can I make some kind of occultism check to see if this reminds me of anything from any book I've read or what have you?
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
Cheers. That is a 25.
I mean, you've heard of the ancient tales of angels and servants of the gods, as well as like Tarlites from other realms who occasionally appear before people, but you never really thought that it was much more than kind of just like I guess some sort of myth. You're not quite sure whether this is like you can't really tell whether this is like a good uh, entity or a bad entity or anything particular from it, other than she seems whoever this is seems extremely magically powerful, and clearly is having some effect on the cave around to cause it to be like this.
So it's her fault that that we're surrounded by flesh.
Um,
As you're kind of standing around, you from one of the nearby caverns, you start to hear it movement. Very faint at first, but eventually becomes louder, and it seems like a lot of footfalls and kind of like people beating on their chests and like chanting. Cobweb, you recognize it as the sound of a number of goblins.
Oh.
You can find an opportunity to hide. Like, there's plenty of hiding spots in the cavern.
I say we hide and like and see what they want to do.
does it sound like it's coming towards us?
Yeah, it seems to be coming from up this direction.
Gonna have to
Okay,
hide in
yep.
some horrible fleshy
I'm
thing.
gonna,
aren't
I'm gonna, yeah, hide.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
Okay. If just bear with me 2 seconds. So, you know, if you want to try and hide yourself behind like some of the stalagmites or like behind a kind of curtain of hanging flesh that seems to be coming on the ceiling, you can do a stealth check. There are like various crevices in walls that you could try and hide in. You could hide in like a rock ledge or like a flesh ledge, I guess. Above.
The fledge.
You'd have to climb for that. But yeah, it depends how close you want to be as well.
I want to hide in the flesh curtain.
I
didn't mean it to sound like that.
don't we all?
Oh,
I mean,
sorry, I did it.
What am I doing? Are we rolling?
Make a stealth check, but make it a blind GM stealth check.
Okay.
This just reminds me. I was running Curse of Strahd one time, and there was also a curtain of flesh, and it spurred like the rest of the session was just everyone asking how much does a curtain of flesh weigh, and so we had to find out like how much skin weighs because one of the people wanted to turn it into a cape.
Mm-hmm.
We're not turning that into a cape. I'm telling
Do
you
you
now.
guys want to move yourselves based on where you want to maybe hide?
Sure. Where is the flesh? Where is the flesh curtain? The flirting.
Let's just say like here.
I wish
right,
to
I'm going to
enter the flesh crevice.
The flevis.
The flevis.
Where's the flevis?
Let's say here.
I enter the flevis.
Oh my.
Can you make Richard? Can you make a stealth check for Spike as well?
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Thought we were missing someone.
At least it's so stinky down here that they're probably not. The goblins won't smell you. that's a bonus in your favor. Cool. So as you kind of just like immediately run for cover, hiding, eventually kind of rounding the corner, you notice a number of goblins starting to stream into the cavern, led by what's like seemingly a very tall figure in a black robe, who kind of steps forward into the chamber, flanked by a couple of goblin kind of cultist guards. A number of the goblins kind of just begin congregating. A lot of these goblins, they don't necessarily look like they're ready for battle. They're almost wearing kind of, they're carrying weapons, but they're wearing almost like very pristinely kept robes, or very like sort of cloth clothing, seemingly in some sort of reverence to something. And as the tall figure in the cloak steps forward and turns around, Vordain and Marius, you get the best look. You notice it's a gnoll. Gnoll.
Not a canal.
Who is, for anyone who doesn't know, a kind of hyena-headed creature, a humanoid creature, who and it's clearly maybe a female gnoll. But the goblins kind of stream into the cavern as she sort of looks up at the obelisk and says, Big Mama, we come again. We bring another. She like looks over at a few of the goblins, and they split apart. And a number of goblins start bringing dead bodies into the cavern, and sort of place it at the base of the place the bodies at the base of the black platform. And she says, "This one is seed, good seed, strong seed. He eats your flesh since he was small, your juice in his blood. He ready now, ready to go back." A
Are
number of the
they
goblins kind of whimper. Go
are
on.
they goblin bodies?
Yes. One of them is a hobgoblin who has their head blown off, by the way.
Oh, would we recognize?
Yeah, you recognize these as the goblins you killed earlier.
Okay.
The Knoll continues saying, "They live good life, Big Mama. They kill 3 fur men from the north. He," points to one of them, "father 6 children. 2 still live. He wants find a shiny rock and give it to me, for you. I put it in the wall. Did you feel it? Did you like it?" He just kind of like stops for a moment, and there's obviously no response. "You don't answer. You never answer. But we know you hear. You always hear." She then turns to the goblins and says, Tell Big Mama what she give us." And all the goblins in unison start chanting, and they start saying, "She give us food when we hungry. She give us warmth when we cold. She give us sleep when we wake. She give us back when we lose." And the Knoll kind of turns back and says, "You see, they remember. I make sure they remember. I, the only one who remember when we was just goblins. Before we eat. Before you take us. We was small and stupid, and we die and we stay dead. Now we more. Now we come home. Every time. You always take us home." She then points at the bodies and starts casting some sort of like green magic over them, like waves her hands. And all of the bodies start to sink into the floor itself and just are sort of consumed by the flesh around. And you kind of see ripples kind of coming out from the cavern. "Good boys. They grow big and strong in the wall. They'll feed us tonight. Feed our children. Thank you, Big Mama. Thank you for taking them. Thank you for always taking us." She nods to a number of the goblins, and they just immediately start tearing chunks of flesh from the walls and just chowing down on them, very loudly and sloppily, just sort of munching. It's like she sort of turns around and begins looking at the nearby caverns. As Vordain, I guess you sort of sleep as far back in the wall as you can. And she turns to one of the goblins and says, "It's our time to leave. Let them finish feeding." And a couple of the goblins kind of nod and then start following her off. So eventually they leave. But the goblins just continue just filling them, it's like absolutely stuffing themselves with food from these walls. Are you going to just wait until they're done and leave, or their own volition?
I can't see anybody else, can I? We're not in eyesight of anyone. Each other.
I guess you and Marius maybe can like lock eye
Kinda-
contact very nervously.
It kind of gestures like, "Do you want to whack him? What do you want to do?"
It's just looks horrified at everything that's happening. And he just kind of, he kind of shakes his head, and he looks at Spike, and he kind of like relies the same thing and asks Spike to like throw it further down the line. I guess.
Yeah, what's everyone thinking?
I-
These goblins, by the way, these goblins are so focused on this singular task of eating that like they're not looking around, they're not even listening. Like you could probably just walk out of your cover and just be ignored by like they are only focused on one thing, and that's just stuffing their faces right now.
Okay, well, Vorday's going to test that theory by throwing a rock near them.
Yeah, they just
Or,
ignore
is
it.
it, or like a chunk of flesh or something.
Yeah, there's literally like no movement from any of them other than.
Okay, he's just going to step out of his cover.
All right, you're gonna walk over to the
He's
rest.
going to be like, I think we're okay. They are very much engrossed in eating all that flesh.
Do you
I
think we'd be able to get any answers out of them?
I don't think so.
I think these goblins have gone fucking insane.
They are goblins.
And I think we'd stand a better chance at dealing with this after we talk to whoever's at New Scar. Also, I want to check that, you know, that they're still alive, considering, you know, we left those bodies with our friends, and now they're here.
I suppose. Yeah.
I think we should probably go check to make sure they're okay.
Yeah. Okay. We'll let's go. Let's leave.
Do you think we should
Now.
eat the flesh to be
I
fed
do
by
not.
Big Mama?
We can.
I do not.
We can
think we should eat
always
the
come
flesh.
back. We can always
I
come back.
highly recommend you do not eat that.
Can I save some for later? Not for eating, maybe.
I think it might be a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Keep it, but don't eat it, please.
I have a dagger, so can I just sort of cut a chunk of the flesh from the wall, put it in a small pouch?
Yeah, you could just wrap it up in some paper or something. And...
Yeah.
Can I cast Read Aura on the flesh as well?
It seems to have, it seems to have like a very faint necromantic kind of magic aura.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
I don't like it either, but I don't know how crazy these goblins are. I mean, it sounds like if they're being brought back from the dead, then I can kind of understand why they're eating this horrible flesh.
I mean, they're not really being brought back from the dead, right? They're just being animated.
Yeah, maybe that's...
Maybe they can't tell the difference.
Well, either way, let's make our way out of here, shall we? This place is disgusting, and I don't want to be here anymore.
You're gonna leave me.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Eventually, you make your way back in the entrance you came from. I assume you still don't want to disturb the salt that's lining the cavern.
No.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, you do feel as you start to walk back through the cavern, like the bodies that had been absorbed back into the flesh, it does seem to have like expanded a little bit, up down the cavern. So like it's just like maybe a few inches further down, but you're not 100% sure about that. But that's the sort of vibe you're getting, that maybe these bodies helped grow it a little bit. Either way, making your way back out of the cave and back into the forest, the smell of the fresh outdoor air has never been sweeter. And you no longer feel sickened, for the most part. So,
I've never appreciated air more than this.
I'm not a big fan of going back into the flave. The flesh cave.
The flave.
Can I have a
we
quick
stop
look
giving
at
nicknames to things in the flesh cave, please?
It's a defense mechanism. I'm sorry.
You want to have a quick look at the flesh?
Yeah.
Yeah, as you begin to unwrap it from the paper, it seemingly has disintegrated into kind of a very fine kind of ash almost. As you sort of stepped outside of the cavern, or perhaps it's when you stepped over the salt.
Yeah, I'm assuming that this happened when we walked over the salt. This is very confusing. Why would they block this magic that they want in the cave? I'm really confused at what's going
Or
on.
maybe it's their attempt at keeping the magic away from their town. We don't know what we'll find out when we get to New Scar.
Okay.
I mean, they clearly beat us back, right? I mean, that
What's
those bodies, they were there when we left.
Yeah.
They beat us. They obviously have some quicker route.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't come through the entrance we came through at all.
Well, we did see the tracks coming up to here, stopping at the salt. Maybe the salt is from a third party.
Maybe they're just dumb. You know,
Maybe
they are zombies.
Maybe there's another entrance that opens up only for them.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was.
Fleshy entrance. Ugh.
Do we want to go straight to what's that town called?
New Scar.
New Scar.
I think that would be for the best. Yes.
I think we should find our friends as well.
I would very much like to get far away from the flesh cavern, please.
Yeah, I am feeling more inclined
The
to.
Flave.
Stop it. Stop calling it that.
It doesn't need a name.
It doesn't need a name.
All right, so making your way kind of back towards the river, the little stream where the camp was set up, you find Luai and his compatriots, the dog Kassam, as well as Aman and Laratha, just finishing up the packing up the camp, as Luai kind of waves over to you and says, "Hey, we were actually just about to leave. Glad you made it in time."
I thought you were going to burn those bodies.
Oh, well, we were going to before we left. I just piled them up in the woods. They're over there somewhere.
I don't
know.
You may
Are
want
you
to check
sure?
that.
He's like, "What is that smell?" And he like holds up his sleeve to his nose. What
There was
is
a flesh
going on?
cave.
What?
A flesh cave. There was salt.
A flesh cave.
A cave of flesh, yes.
Okay.
The Flave.
No.
I'm sorry. I can't help it.
Look, it was a cave. The walls were covered in flesh. The floor was covered in flesh. There were goblins. There was a ziggurat with a maybe an angel pinned to it. There was
magical
nailed
salt.
to it.
Nailed to it, yes, with obsidian, perhaps.
Laratha walks up to you, Wilhelm, and kind of puts her hands on your head, and her eyes kind of just like go white for a second, and she turns to Luai and says, "They're telling the truth."
I'm surprised you don't know about your local flesh cave.
I know, right? Like that's one of the first things I would want to know about a location. You know?
Certainly brings down house pricing.
Is this new? Like, is this a new flesh cave then?
I've never heard of any flesh cave, Luai says.
Can we just start saying cave? I keep wanting to say flave whenever we say flesh cave. I'm sorry. Let's just say cave.
Yeah, flavor is too close to flavor, and then when you say flavor along with it, you imagine tasting it, and
I mean, I did imagine tasting it.
Well,
I don't want to taste
goblins doing what they were.
There was also a knoll. Are there many knolls around here?
A knoll working in conjunction with goblins?
Yeah.
Leading them, it seemed.
Leading goblins? No, gnolls and goblins have never got on. In fact, it's one of the best things about both of them. They hate each other.
To my
so
knowledge,
come after us.
To my knowledge, most goblins also don't walk around without their heads. Or chain up possible angels.
Or get absorbed into flesh walls.
The floors. Sorry, yeah, I can't help it.
Floors.
Floors.
Luai says, This is very strange. It is, well, perhaps, I don't even know what could be done here. Did you happen to see whether the caves led off anywhere else?
They seem to come from somewhere.
I think there is another entrance or exit.
It's the only thing that makes sense considering you put them over there. They couldn't cross the magical salt.
Magical salt.
There was a magical salt line at the entrance. The zombies couldn't seem to walk over it. We
And
tried
my
bringing
coffee
flesh
had
over.
melted.
Flouted shit.
But they didn't come from that way that you came from. They came from a different way.
They came
I think
from
they
a
had to
different
go
way.
around. Yeah.
Yeah,
Perhaps that must have been on the way to their encampment then.
maybe.
Maybe they've got a whole society living there.
I don't see why they would want your food though. They seemed pretty content to gorge themselves on the flesh wall.
Maybe they can only eat from the flesh walls when they give up bodies. I mean, they were like sacrificing the dead bodies to Big Lady. They called her Big Mama. I don't know if that's it was Big Mama, right?
I think Big Mama.
Big
Yeah.
Mama, yeah.
Yeah,
Big
they
Mama.
call it Big Mama.
Yeah,
Oh,
but kind of
yeah.
weird.
I mean,
Maybe it's like a trade. Like they don't want to just directly eat the bodies of their fallen, but they will sacrifice their bodies. Their bodies maybe become the walls, and then they
Yeah.
feast on that.
Yeah, I guess they
maybe.
want the flesh wall to go, to disappear.
See, my
Laura?
thinking would be to bring would be to capture people who aren't your people and then merge them with the flesh wall.
Laratha says, that does remind me. Just before you arrived, when the goblins first came, we overheard them fighting. Some said, some were talking about leaving and needing supplies for the journey. Perhaps they were leaving this group.
I mean, it did look rather creepy.
Yeah. Also, the flesh did disintegrate when we left,
Yeah.
so maybe they wouldn't have been able to just carve off some of that and take it with them. Oh, they mentioned some fur men as well from the north. Bugbears, maybe. Do you know
Perhaps.
who
Or
lives north
gnolls.
of here?
There's
More
gnolls.
gnolls. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a gnoll that referred to them as furmen, right?
Yeah, but she also referred to herself as a goblin, if you remember. She was
Oh,
saying
did she?
we. Yeah, she was saying we, as like we were goblins.
Are gnolls in this setting like fiendish, or are they their own species?
No, they're just their own humanoid species.
Okay, so like, there's nothing like in D&D where they're all associated with eating things and what have you.
Yeah, they're not like dead hyenas that like are demons that sprout from dead hyenas. They're just humanoids. Yeah.
Okay.
Like Tabaxi or
They're just
Yeah,
normal
yeah.
people.
Yeah, they live in very kind of small packs normally, and just kind of scavenge and hunt for food.
Okay.
Like they don't have big societies or cities or anything. And they're a matriarchal society.
Like regular hyenas.
Loratha says, well, perhaps it's too dangerous for us to stand here for much longer. Perhaps we should get going. Luai, if you want to prepare the cart, we'll meet you over there. And he nods and kind of stumbles off across the stream to get the meal ready. Aman says, you better not be bringing any evil to New Scar with you.
We hope we're not.
I think it's already here.
Yeah.
I'm certainly not.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, there's nothing like evil that we're bringing in.
Oh, my
my
pocket
knowledge.
flesh also melted, so
Yeah.
nah.
I mean, are there any are there any specific cultural things that you consider evil that people usually don't? Just to be clear. Or...
Dead angels, big caverns filled with flesh, goblins
Oh, we're not
eating that
bringing
flesh.
that with us. That's staying right over there.
Did
Well, I
our
hadn't
next
heard of any of that before I met you. Let me just bring that out.
I mean,
Did
if I
that
could
next
never hear about
feel-
it again, that would be great.
did our necks feel any weird when we moved over the salt?
Did you what? Phil, did your neck?
Like our necks, because we've got like that weird bit of
I know.
necromancy around our necks.
Oh, it is.
Oh no, yeah,
Oh,
no,
no,
Yeah.
no, it is, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
no, you didn't get anything from that.
It in brain.
Okay. I don't like that.
Right. So eventually, Luai prepares the cart, and you begin to sort of pile on / walk alongside as the cart rejoins the nearby kind of dirt road leading on towards New Scar. As you are traversing through the woods, Laratha turns to you all and says, "So you did explain a little bit last night about that you have no idea where you're coming from, but why you're here. But why are? Do you have any idea why you're together? Is there any connection?
If you ask the wizard, we shouldn't. We should be off on our own way. I know nothing about these lot. The wizard seems to know the Spike, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, we've met once. You told me some dodgy die.
Head eye.
But yeah, that's about it.
I don't know any of you.
But what do you all do? I mean, do you have special skills or talents? Are you wanted? Do you have any enemies?
I'm a detective.
I don't think anything that would bring us all together, at least.
No, I'm a detective. Sometimes I use my magic to help other people with like other things, but for the most part, I have a business. I have a business. I investigate strange things, and I do people's research for them when they want to know about strange things.
Well, Mr. Detective, work this one out.
I honestly fucking wish I could, but the only clue we have is in the cave.
Okay. Well,
And
I hope they're not related.
And
They're-
the high stage person might know something, might be able to crack open our brains and have a look.
Yeah, just a student.
I think trying to recover our memories might be our only hope of getting an answer without having to go into the flesh cave again.
I have heard stories. You know, people. It's usually the people that give these stories are usually not the most reliable sources, but of people being abducted and then getting probed by weird creatures that do experiments on them, and then just
What kind of book did you read this from?
It's less books and more just the ramblings of slightly odd fellows, let's say.
I imagine I would have heard something about this considering my occult knowledge.
Laratha says, "Interesting. Usually that's found in the erotica section."
That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
What kind of
for some reason these creatures always seem to go after the town drunk.
Yeah, the town liar.
Yeah.
The inn. I feel like I would appreciate a visit to the inn. To an inn.
I don't know if they have an inn.
I'll be very disappointed if there's no inn.
Yeah, what town doesn't have an inn?
I mean, they might. I mean, sure, they might have somewhere to sleep, but I don't know if they do like food, drink.
Don't say that.
Loretha says, "You're welcome to stay with me. We don't take many visitors, but somehow, or for some reason, Luai has taken a liking to you. As have I. I can't say much about Amam, though. He's like walking far off in the distance, kind of scowling.
Aye, did someone shit in his porridge this morning?
He hasn't had much porridge at all for the last few days. I think he's just hangry.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can
So-
be a bit like that, so I won't hold it against him.
thank you for offering us some lodgings, but
Aye.
do you know what kind of transport links there are from here?
Oh, wizard, you're so funny.
Where are you
What is
planning
it
on
then?
heading to?
Sanathel?
She raises an eyebrow.
A long way from there.
Well, you
Yeah.
can. Yeah, I think your best chance might be to get a skyship,
Aye.
which means you probably want to go to Mervine, very least.
Oh, I live there.
All right, end of
I-
the river. End of the river. That could be doable.
I live in one of the inns over there. Maybe I can convince him to let you stay with me while we find some way for you to get home.
Yeah, it's only
Thank you.
20 days by foot or something.
Oh my.
There's a river.
Aye.
Yeah, you'll have to walk to Kalad if you want to get the river. But that would be the fastest option. If you head to Kalad, there's like there is an inn there and lodgings, and then you can get the riverboat down to
I-
Mervine.
Yeah, I did have a bit of gold. Marius, was it?
Aye.
Do you know? Have you any idea what the skyships in Mervine cost?
Ooh, do I know anything about what the skyships in Mervine cost?
You've never been to Sanathel, so you don't know how much it would cost to go to Sanathel. Chances are it'd be quite expensive because there's very few skyships that go to Sanathel. The Sanatheli don't really like much travel. So yeah, like you know that it probably cost you about to get from Canal. It probably cost you about 50 gold pieces.
So probably around thereabouts.
Maybe, unless he can smuggle onto a smuggle himself on.
I'm going. Cobweb is going to go to the toilet quickly.
I hope in private.
I'm running off into the
I
forest.
poo when I
don't-
walk.
I mean, I don't know what you do where you're from, but where
Like
I'm
a horse.
from, we do
Like a horse.
private.
It's leaking. Yeah.
That's how they do it in the forest.
I see. Well,
But yeah. Wilhelm, you're kind of quite quickly realizing that you are very far from home right now.
Ugh.
Walking would be a long time. Like and also you'd have to walk through very dangerous regions as well.
where
Tell
did
you
he say
what.
he needed to get to?
Sanathel.
Where's that on the map? Down.
Right.
Ah,
right.
I see.
Tell you what. Stay with me. I'll find a way to help you get home. Yeah.
That's very
Thank you.
nice of you. Oh,
We may not know each other all that well, but you know, it's the least I can do.
I mean, I'll help too, I guess. I haven't got anything else to do.
Loretha says, you haven't got any uni assignments, have you? Well, help me. I don't want to get back to
Oh no, I'm
it's-
on leave at the moment.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you do it from your homes these days, don't you? You don't even need to go in.
What kind of degree are you pursuing?
Civic wizardry.
Civic wizardry.
Yes.
What do you do in civic wizardry?
Well, all sorts really. Just generally, using magic for the betterment of society. For buildings, for you could have 1,000 men with shovels, or you could have 3 talented mages. just makes sense, you know.
That does make a lot
I'm
of
back.
sense to me. Hi, back. I'm Zach. Sorry.
You got first time. Yeah, Luai says that civic wizardry. So so Sanathel has a lot of wizards, does it?
Oh yes.
We need more of those here. I'm sure if you know a trick or two, a few people around New Scar would be happy to throw some coin your way for assistance. Seems like you might need it.
Well, if I'm going to need a few dozen gold, then yeah, I guess I better find some work.
I can also lend aid if there's anything you need done, but nothing as extraordinary as our friend here. More grounded. Or if you happen to have any problem with ghosts, that tends to be my specialty.
Ghosts.
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 Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know. There's always people who talk about seeing ghosts, but I don't know whether they're just bullshitting or not.
Oh no, they're real.
I know they're real, but how common is it? Is it
I
common?
mean, common enough that I've got paid.
You can't quite tell whether he's like looking at you like you might just be a scammer. You're one of those, I see. So eventually, the small dirt road passes on through a nearby kind of ravine until it opens up into a large cave entrance. Where just by the cave entrance is a small stream running into the cave itself, leading to an underground river. And it opens up to a kind of beautifully lit underground town by a very sheltered lake, where there's kind of lanterns and sort of fluorescent lamps kind of lining the various walkways. And the houses are built in and out of the rock face, with a number of them packed with kind of straw and mud in a kind of dome-shaped, almost like a human beehive, almost all around the walls, painted in various colors: blues, reds, greens. A number of people kind of just going about their daily business, kind of nod at Luai and Loratha, but talk amongst themselves when they see the obviously you group of strangers approaching with them, whispering to themselves, seemingly a bit suspicious, but not necessarily hostile. And you're led kind of down into the main thoroughfare of the town. You can't quite guess the amount of people who live here, but it's probably in the order of maybe 200 or 300. And in a kind of large dome kind of shaped hut, right by the edge of the underground lake, is where Korisk lives, the sage of the town. And as you're sort of approaching, Luai explains that he is also known as one of the bonded.
What does that mean?
He says our people have a very close relationship with creatures that live in the underground caves of these regions. Certain of us have such a close relationship that they take on the memories and of their ancestors through these creatures. Therefore, despite however old these bonded may be, they harness the memories and the wisdom of our ancestors going back thousands of years.
That's very interesting.
Do you think anyone's bonded to the flesh cave?
He sort of looks at you a bit confused. I don't
Weird
think there's any of
euphemism.
those here.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it far away.
Yeah,
You never know.
he sort of brings you in through the entrance, which is basically just a curtain, like a kind of bead curtain that kind of opens up.
Not a
into the
flesh
main-
curtain.
Not a
No more
flesh curtain.
curtains. No more curtains.
My head.
Yeah, the bead thing opens up and leads you in to the dome itself, where there's actually kind of part of the lake it actually goes inside of the dome, where there's a very small kind of pond almost that kind of bubbles with very clean looking water. And sat by it is quite a young fellow wearing a kind of brown robe with kind of black and blue tattoos all across his neck and up his the side of his face, kind of poking his finger and swirling it kind of in quite a lazy circle inside the water and sort of just like looking down at it. And as he turns around and sort of sees you all enter, and he nods at Luai and says, Luai, I had a feeling that you were bringing guests. And Luai says, yes, my sage. These are some travelers we picked up along the way. Not only have they got quite mysterious circumstances for why they find themselves in this region, they have also uncovered a very strange occurrence happening outside of our region. It is probably worth hearing them out and seeing if you know anything about it. And Koris kind of nods and sort of waves him along and says, very well, I will see you later and we'll catch up, Luai. And he kind of nods and leaves. So Koris kind of waves you over to a nearby kind of tea stand where a bunch of kind of throw pillows are just situated around a small little fire in the center of the dome, where like a pot of like a kettle of bubbling water is just lying. He says, please sit, let's talk.
Marius is going to smell the tea, kind of like kind of like really get like the thing of it. Is it just like normal tea? Is it like a herbal thing?
It's chai tea.
Lovely.
It's like, yeah, it's spiced and kind of quite sweet smelling. And he's got like a little cold store that seems to be kind of like a little safe, like a magical safe that has these kind of blue gems on it. That as he opens it up, there's like just bottles of milk in there.
I take it beer is off the menu.
Unfortunately, our people do not drink alcohol.
Oh God, get me out of here.
You don't happen to have a smaller cup, do you?
Smaller cup?
Aye. Danica pokes her head out of Marius's scarf.
He laughs and kind of pulls out a little bit of cheese and offers it to her.
She accepts it very hungrily.
He says, polecat. I've not seen many people with those as companions before.
Oh, she's special.
I can tell that. I can tell that you have a very deep connection with her. So you are Marius, correct?
Aye.
Turns to Spike and says, you are Spike, and turns to Vordain and sort of names you all by name, even though you haven't been named by Luai.
We haven't introduced ourselves, have we?
No.
Marius is going to remember that this group are meant to be psychics and just kind of isn't going to say anything.
He says, I understand that you have had some trouble on the road. Please explain what it is you think I can help you with.
Well, we were hoping you could crack open our brains and have a look. We seem to be missing some time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We fell from the sky, and we don't remember why you were there. We checked behind our ears, and there seems to be some kind of scarring with some. And I want to tell you now, before we come off as untrustworthy, I noticed some necromantic magic around it.
Thank you for warning me. He gets up and has a look behind your ear. And as he kind of gets close, you smell. He smells very strongly of kind of like cedar oil.
Oh, perfect. Marius's favorite smell.
And yeah, he's got a very like sort of earthy kind of, not unpleasant, just quite a nice kind of smell to him. And he seems very well groomed and well kept. And even though he's like young, kind of his eyes are very grey and very wise, almost like he's looking through someone else's eyes. But as he kind of inspects the back of your ear, he kind of runs his finger across the scar, and then suddenly you feel a little prick as you know, you immediately instinctively reach back and feel some blood coming out, and you notice that he's pricked you with a needle, and he's taking the needle and looking at a little drop of blood on it.
Maybe warn before you do that next time.
There won't have to be a next time now. He walks over to a nearby cabinet and starts opening it up, and drops the needle into a little vial, and then puts it on a kind of like a little sort of almost laboratory stand that he's got. It's made of wood, but there's like a little microscope nearby, and he's sort of looking through it. They say that you can learn a lot about someone from their blood.
Hey, what have you learned about me?
Seems that you are the latest victim of the Fiash Kadem.
Can you put that in the chat, please?
Sure.
The victims of the whom?
Can Marius also make some kind of check to see if he's heard any stories or?
You've never heard of this before.
Okay.
What's this?
Look, Gesundheit.
I don't suppose Fiash Kadem translated is like flesh curtain.
No.
Latin.
We're all victims of
It just
flesh
looks kind of close.
I'm
He
putting
says,
a ban on flesh curtains.
He says, no, it is the skyship you were dropped from.
Oh,
Oh.
It's Fiash Kadem doesn't like translate to anything in any other language, does it?
Indeed, it translates in Old Ishmaeli to the terror.
and why would we have been on the tower?
That is a question that I seek to work out myself.
But what
Indeed, we
exactly,
have found many people dropped around here.
Oh,
what exactly
Similar
is
scars.
this Fiash Kadem?
It is a skyship that some of our people have seen flying around. Whenever it is seen, there are people who are found nearby, dropped and killed from a great height.
killed.
Indeed.
So this isn't typical that we're, alive, no damage. Like,
Whatever reason it is that you survived, that is a stark change. Now, we don't talk about the Fiash Kadam to many of the people around here because we do not wish to worry them. Indeed, we have had people go missing, but none of our people have been taken so far. It is always strangers.
From afar?
Where have you been putting the dead bodies?
We have been burying them as is our custom.
That's good.
But we bury them where they fall.
Okay.
These people, do they seem to come from far and wide?
From what I've heard, I have not personally witnessed any, but a couple of the people that have found them seem to report that yes, they might have documents on them, might have different clothing, all across Eshmalan, and perhaps even further. But it seems to be, whenever this skyship is seen, it appears only for a second in the sky. It is a large skyship that has it seemingly appears out of nowhere and then vanishes just as quickly.
Hmm.
Odd that they would dump them all in the same area.
Hey.
I mean, you'd think they would just dump them at sea if they were just going to be getting rid of them. Why
Do
We
they
are,
here?
a
got,
distance, we are a distance from a nearby ocean.
They probably have bigger plans than.
Maybe they just don't care where they drop the bodies.
I mean, I disagree. Considering our scarring and the faint traces of necromancy, something seems quite intentional.
Hmm.
You know, suddenly going home by skyship is less appealing.
But none of you
I don't
remember why
think-
it is that you would have been on a skyship or
Nope.
interacted with any of them.
I don't remember being on one. I took one over to Mervine, like a while ago, but I haven't been in one since.
If they were dropping people to their deaths, why would they have the scar behind their ear if the scar was just to remove our memories? Like, if you drop someone to their death, they're not gonna remember.
Perhaps this
Maybe.
caster
He
more
points
hope.
and says, "That is the question." And I must say that I do not think that they were just removing your memories.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was worried about.
They use this scar to fiddle about in our brains, and the last thing they do in there is remove memories. It's quite disconcerting.
He kind of looks through his telescope, his microscope a little bit, and sort of twiddles a couple of the knobs and waves you over to have a look at the prick of blood that's on the slide. Tell me what you see in here.
Who wants to look
Have a
first?
look.
Marius, as you look, you see kind of red blood cells, sort of just semi-alive, wiggling around. But inside each of the red blood cells, there's a kind of very small green dot. You remember from school looking through, at plant cells and stuff from microscopes, but never seen anything like this before.
That doesn't seem right.
Indeed. Seems that you were an experiment of some sort. I imagine that if I was to inspect all of you, perhaps you would all be the same.
You don't have any working hypothesis as to what that experiment was, I
couldn't say.
Can you help us?
He thinks for a moment and kind of mulls the question over, and he kind of goes over and sits down and drinks from his chai, a cup of chai, and looks up and says, "Whoever did this to you is clearly planning for something. Now, I'm worried that they have the funding and the capacity to threaten our way of life here. We've done a lot of work to keep ourselves away from the prying eyes of the various forces that seek to dominate this continent. I'm not sure how I can help you without unwittingly dragging in my people to this."
I mean, it sounds like it won't be long before your people are gonna become the experiments too.
I mean, there is the flesh caves.
Yes, did we mention the flesh cave?
The flesh cave.
Did we not mention the flesh cave?
You did
I
not
don't think we mentioned the flesh cave.
So there is a
Oh,
flesh
good.
cave.
Can
Yeah.
cloth that I wrapped the flesh in earlier and like give it to him to smell.
Yeah, like the most of the actual bad smell has kind of left you and it since you walked through the woods. But as you kind of recount your story, and he clearly scans you with his psychic abilities, whatever they are, he nods and says, clearly this is some solution, some answer to a question, but I'm not sure it's the question that you have. Perhaps put it this way. We've been having issues with local groups, let's say, in the region that have threatened our hunting, our food supply, have killed a couple of other of our bonded. And indeed, I didn't want to tell you this, but I am the last of our bonded left in this town.
Damn.
It has become the reason why Luai, Laratha, and Aman were out was because we are very short of food here, and they were scavenging for what they could find.
You had any?
There's a reason you're telling us this.
Well, the reason I am telling you this is because I already consider the survival of my people to be threatened as it is. And perhaps we can make an arrangement that if you can solve our problem, I will do everything I can to help solve yours.
There's the rub.
Is there one thing in particular causing your food shortage, or?
Well, it is the increase and the increased ferocity and the increased hunting of various gnolls and goblin tribes.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask.
In the region.
Groups like goblins and gnolls, because that seems to be what we've come across.
So not the Farinese or the Kingdom of Titus, it's these goblins and gnolls.
No, and we are not people to take more than we need. We take as much as we need, and we do everything we can to not impress on nature. But the local ecosystem, the local hunting areas, the local wildlife are being absolutely torn apart by a sort of hunger from the goblins that I've never seen before.
Has any of you tried to communicate with the goblins, or been able to? Or?
Well, the last of the bonded, who tried, unfortunately didn't come back, which is why I am now in charge of this town.
I see. And
Only
you
a
want
week ago or
to
so.
try next?
Well, the issue is that we are worried that eventually the incursions will come into our town itself. It won't simply just be meeting us in the forests or the mountains nearby. It will be them trying to raid this place. And we have elderly, we have children here, we have those who cannot necessarily fight. I mean, there are probably about 30 or 40 people who are able to fight left in this town. So we can try our best to gather ourselves together, but we need people to be able to scavenge and to hunt, and we need to be able to gather berries and nuts and mushrooms to feed ourselves.
I imagine there's also quite an overlap between those two groups as well.
Of
If you want
course.
to lose some to fighting, then there may not be enough left to gather for the village.
Of course, indeed. And it has required us to go in larger and larger groups, so that when they do come under attack, they are able to more adequately defend themselves. Now, we don't know how many goblins there are, we don't know how many of the gnolls there are, but they seem similarly desperate to us, and it only comes to clashes.
Yes.
Have you
Fine.
found
You're not
any
going-
cave with salt lined around? Or...
Tell me more about this salt.
It was it was guarding almost. Well, we're not sure whether it was trying to keep things out or keep things contained, but it was a line of salt that seemed to take away like magical.
He gets up and goes to a nearby cabinet and takes out a little pouch, and opens it up and sort of shows you and says, "Did it look like this?" And it seems to be the similar kind of salt. It's like very coarse salt with like gem dust kind of sprinkled inside.
Yes, that was it. Yeah.
It sounds like it was. Yeah, no, that was Drimex.
What, one of your bonded or?
Yes, that was the last bonded to leave here. We assumed he was dead. He hasn't returned.
Oh,
Right.
He might have found this cave and tried to protect you, and with the salt, I guess. Then.
Perhaps he was taken.
Yeah, he might have been. Hope. Yeah. Cobweb kind of thinks about the flesh wall absorbing people and isn't really sure what to say about that.
Yes, I mean, so you're not going to like it, but if you're really desperate, there is a food source.
No. No.
Yeah, the
You
goblins
don't
were,
want that. You
the
really don't
goblins
want that.
were feasting on
Not the flesh
balls.
wall.
Not the flesh. No.
It
Look,
seems
if it's that or
yeah.
starvation, then it becomes a consideration.
Mm-hmm.
The concern is what are the effects of eating such a thing?
They seem to enjoy it. They seemed very happy.
They were single-minded about consuming.
They also, got back up. One had its head missing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They called the creature Big Mama. Have you heard of Big Mama?
This is new to me.
Mm.
But the question I have is that perhaps, if it is not too much to ask, I mean, you all seem to have handled yourself pretty well against those goblins. If you can try and investigate further and perhaps find the whereabouts of Drimac. I mean, even if you find his body, it would be important to bring him back here.
Mm-hmm.
As a bonded, he has memories that we cannot afford to lose.
I'm curious. Stop me if I'm prying too far. But seeing as you've pried into our minds somewhat, I've heard recently that the bonded you use some kind of parasite for your abilities. I mean, perhaps calling it a parasite is if you have more of a symbiotic relationship with it.
We call it a symbiote, yes.
Yes.
It is not a parasite. In
How
fact, we are the parasitic ones. We take memories and energy from it.
would you? So in recovering his memories, would you recover this via this symbiote?
If he is dead, we will need to recover the symbiote, yes. We call it the Ruwa Alim. Come, let me show you something. He gets up and goes to the nearby little indoor pond that he was kind of playing with before, and he kind of squats down beside it and just rubs his fingers together and sprinkles some kind of like flaky powder into the water. And a little kind of like wormy like fish kind of flops up and starts eating it, and he kind of just starts stroking its head. It's kind of grey. It's kind of more like an eel, maybe about 8 inches long and probably about 3 inches wide. Kind of cylindrical.
Is he going to start clicking and then using it to harvest some kind of blue thing
No, he's just kind of rubbing his head, and he says, "This was our first leader that died during this whole scenario, Enan." He kind of rubs his head.
If I may ask, who's in charge of the symbiote then? Is your leader there piloting it, or?
We have a symbiotic relationship. We retain our mortal memories and the lessons that we've learned, but we also take on the lessons that were learned and harnessed and that feed the symbiote.
That person within you, almost a part of you.
Yes, multiple people. I mean,
A kind
people
of immortality then.
Indeed, this is our way of life, and like myself, I have lived. I say I. We have lived 13 lifetimes already.
What does the symbiote get out of the relationship, if I can ask?
The symbiote gets the ability to learn and to grow, and to go places that it is unable to go otherwise. They are native to the underground lakes across Eshmillan and the underground river networks, but they have a desire to learn and to explore as much as anyone else. Through bonding with humans, they have the ability to do that. And our people specifically, having had this relationship with the symbiotes for so long, we have taken on some of their psychic abilities just as part of our
communion.
Well, just as part of our bonding. Not everyone in this town is bonded, but we do. If when we have children, we do share some of that power that we get from the symbiote. He stands and says, "You are welcome to stay with us. If you decide to head on and to discover more on your own, you are welcome to. I have some connections in Mervine that I can lead you towards. But if you wish to stay for a little bit longer and help us, we will be in your service and able to provide more assistance." Have a think about that.
One last question. If somebody were to have something like this, like your Rua Aline, in them, would you be able to tell?
Hopefully. I would be able to tell, for sure.
So you would be sure that there's nothing like that in us right now?
I would have some sort of psychic connection to another mind inside of yours. I do not get that from any of you. If you're worried about that, I wouldn't worry.
A mind flayer's common knowledge?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Let's take a break, shall we? And we'll come back in 15 minutes.
Sure. Do you want to just shove Mr. Magpie into Gaming Gulag?
Oh, let's do it. All right, welcome back, everyone. So just before the break, the party had arrived at New Scar, where they met Korisk, the leader of the Kafari. He sort of explained that his people are kind of bonded, I guess, with some sort of symbiotic, parasitic, some whatever creature, worm thing, and that if you help him with his society, maybe he'll be able to put some more resources into helping you discover what is going on. Which begs the question, really, what is it that you would like to do? You can either leave and go your own way, head off to Kalard, maybe, or Mervine, or you could stay and help out, perhaps gain more information about whatever's going on here.
Could we get some food and sit down and talk about it?
Yeah, let's say that you've made your way kind of back to Laratha's house, where she's kind of just gone out for a bit, but she's shown you around. It's a very small but cozy space with she's sort of made a bit of an area for you to sit in kind of the living area, I guess. You can put your bedrolls out and sit around a little fire and cook whatever food that you have on you. So as you're sort of munching away, filling yourself up with tea and fresh water and stew that is boiling on the fireplace. Yeah, I guess the topic of conversation goes around to what you want to go do next.
So they have helped us out.
How are we supposed to help them? He mentioned, essentially dealing with the goblins, but there's, God, how many of them are there? I mean, there were, what, 10, 15 in just that cave that we saw?
Yeah, but
I
mean, I'd be more worried about the gnoll being in the fight as well. I think we could take those goblins.
I think a lot of these goblins, you take out this gnoll, I feel like a lot of them might want to run away.
Mm.
You remove the leadership, they'll just all scatter. Pretty much guarantee that.
Yeah, we saw that ourselves, to be fair, when we saw some of the goblins running away after he shot a head off.
This religion seems more important for the gnoll than if it was for the goblins.
Yeah, I just worry about how much power the gnoll has. They don't seem like a normal gnoll.
It seems my thinking is they've been draining this angel thing for their power. Now,
calling the angel Big Mama?
Yeah, that's
what it certainly seemed like.
Yeah.
I mean, she was big.
And hell of a mama.
Please, never phrase it like that again.
I'm sorry.
Meat mummy.
meat mother.
I think as well, it's quite an odd coincidence that we have all of this necromancy nonsense surrounding us, and we emerge in this forest, and there's necromancy stuff going on. I also, right, this may not be as important to the rest of you, but I have, surely, Wilhelm, you must agree here, there's a degree of scholarly interest in trying to figure out what the fuck that angel thing is.
I mean, I'm curious, and I'm not,
Oh,
you know, scholarly at all.
I mean,
I-
it
quite
seems like
curious.
more one. It seems like more one for the church, but
I mean,
still.
you know exactly how the church will put it. Oh, it's a new god, or oh, it's a servant of Fandarin or Titus or whatever the fuck, and might ignore something very important. We have an opportunity to engage with this on our own terms
Hell yeah.
and understand something without the biases of a couple of old
Mhm.
bastards in robes.
Hell
mean,
yeah.
Potentially, this angel could need our help and wouldn't
Aye.
be harmful to us. I don't know if that's wishful thinking, but
It
Is
could
this
be.
going? Is this going where I think we're going?
she was crying. Big Mama was
So,
crying.
doesn't mean Big Mama's good Mama.
I mean,
Hmm.
I'd be pretty
no,
upset too if you chained me up and put chains in me. It'd
But-
probably not feel very nice.
Why do they
there's
need?
only
Ah.
really one way to figure out.
If
right?
she's working for
Oh.
them, why would they need to chain her up?
Who says they chained her up?
Hmm. What? She chained herself up?
No.
She's been
Outside
chained
force.
up for a millennia.
Hmm.
They just don't know how to unchain her, and then maybe that just means it's not going to be as easy as pulling the chains.
Or it's the nails, isn't it? I think.
Nail,
You mentioned
chains,
the
nails.
feathers. You said the
Yeah.
feathers were like fused into the ground, right?
Yeah.
It's not something that happens overnight.
That's
I mean,
true.
Magic is strange.
Perhaps,
maybe
perhaps she's been there for so long that her skin, her feathers have fused. Like
Yeah.
they've grown into the stone.
I say we should go back, figure out what exactly is happening, and if it turns out she does need our help, I think it'd be worth a shot.
We could also potentially get more information once we find this person that we need to say.
Exactly. If we could ask it about the terror or
Mhm.
whatever the fuck it's called.
Do we know if obviously they can get their memories from this thing, this strange thing,
The
but
symbiotes.
possibly good. But can we use the symbiont to gain them?
The impression I was getting was these symbiotes harvest the memories from the people they're in, rather than bestowing
But-
memories out of their asshole.
They gain the memories from the person before, though.
Well, they kind of store them, and then the symbiote goes from person to person.
But the new person is aware of the old person's memories,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, like, and how do they?
You'd have to bond with it. So.
Yeah, and is that? I mean, it would be maybe culturally inappropriate, but it might be physically possible.
You could always ask. Like Loratha kind of comes back and just is pottering around. So you feel free to ask her if you've got any questions.
Yeah, I'll ask. Can anyone bond with this symbiont?
Loratha kind of, I guess she looks a bit nervous and says, "In theory, yes, but it requires a lot of preparation and sort of cleansing before you
Right,
do
I
it.
imagine.
What
But
kind of thing?
you have to be prepared. Once you are bonded with the symbiote, you are no longer yourself. You are a combination of multiple people. It can be very nerve-wracking for someone to be put into that circumstance without preparing themselves beforehand.
I assume you can't unbond then?
Yes. What if a symbiont is removed from a living host? The host cannot survive.
I see.
But the symbiote
Well-
can live a long time within the host, even after the host's death. But eventually, again, without nourishment and nutrition, it will die as well.
Also, the impression I was getting was less that we've forgotten these memories and they've been repressed, and more that they've been taken out of our heads.
Hmm.
I don't think there would be anything there for these things to try and restore. I think it's just gone.
Yeah.
I'm curious. The other people that were thrown from this skyship,
Yeah.
what if they were dead before they hit the ground?
Yeah. I mean,
What if-
that is a question.
Okay, this reeks to me of some kind of experimentation. What if we were just the first to survive?
I have been wondering why we are alive, unlike the others before us.
Perhaps there's some process, some transformation, some procedure that they've now affected.
They certainly took great cares to make sure that we didn't die on the fall, at least.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Unless there's something lingering that saved us. I mean, who's to say that they even intended for us to survive the fall?
I might have an idea, something I can possibly check, but at best, I think it would explain why I survived. But the fact that the rest of you survived suggests it's nothing really to do with that.
What would that be?
Well, I have a friend. I'm not really one for talking about my friend with a lot of people, but yeah.
Like a patron. You
can
already
use-
mentioned the patron before.
I mentioned the people that hire me.
I believe
Those
you
kinds
used
of
the word
patrons.
patron.
I think you used the word patron, but it was the other kind of patron, and
Yeah.
you took that to be more. You took that and the occult magic and kind of just
Put it
Yeah.
all
made an
together.
assumption.
Whoa.
Well,
I mean, it's a
I
correct
mean,
assumption.
it's a fair assumption, I think. So, you know,
But
I mean, bards have patrons and cast occult magic. You wouldn't assume. Well, I probably should assume nefarious things of bards. I mean, have you ever met one?
yeah, and I don't like them.
I think they're all right.
There's one thing
Yeah.
we can all hate. It's flesh. If there's with two things we can all hate, it's flesh curtains and bards.
Yeah,
Fuck bards.
fuck bards.
But as far as I'm aware, my memory is being affected. Might not have affected it. In fact, I'm pretty damn sure it won't. I can. It's never been the case, but I can do it. But I can try and send some feelers out into how he usually talks to me. See if I can
Oh,
ask him something.
your ferret.
Yeah, polecat.
Yes. Does it have they, she? Okay. Does she have a little cut behind her ear?
I check the ear.
No.
No, she's fine.
Can you
Perhaps,
communicate with her?
yeah, perhaps she would have some memory of the events.
She does have touch telepathy. I imagine she would have told me.
Yeah, Danica kind of shakes her head a little bit.
Okay, it was worth a try.
Yeah. But I could try and talk to the boss.
Hmm.
I don't think he'll say hello. It's been a while. But
This isn't going to be
worth
the
a
type of
shot.
thing. This isn't going to be the type of thing where you like say, hey, I need something, and then they go, oh, I need something too, and then suddenly you've roped us all into some
Oh no, he's not like that.
dangerous scheme.
He's quite a nice guy. Or at least he's been nice to me.
Okay. Not particularly, reassuring.
Okay,
You know,
so
he's been nice to me. He's been nice to Danica.
plan of
Okay.
action then. What do we want to do here? Because I mean, if we can solve things without going back into the flesh cave, that would be ideal. But I'm not hearing any other ideas, frankly.
I think we have to go into the flesh cave.
Ugh.
Well, we wanted to cut the gnolls' heads off, right? That's the aim here, right? The end game.
I mean, that's not what I came here. I mean, I didn't intentionally come here at all.
No, okay.
Maybe we
But I
can
mean the
take
end game
some
for this. I don't mean the ultimate aim of our entire lives.
I mean, if
I
we
I
can
meant-
get
my
out,
entire life
if we can
aiming
get
to
out
kill
here,
one specific gnoll.
He's saying
if
something.
we can get out here without the blood, then cool.
I was just thinking maybe we could take some salt with us. Some of their special salt.
We'll just throw it at the goblins like pocket sand.
Put it on chips. Put it on.
Be
Put it on a potato.
It did seem to affect the undead. Maybe
And possibly the flesh.
maybe we can use it to free that angel, or
Okay.
maybe we can find a way to get all the undead behind like a door or something, and we put salt around it, and they won't harass us while we fight this gnoll.
Yeah.
Perhaps if the salt holds back the. I mean, are we just calling her an angel? I mean, it feels.
Big Mama.
Big
Yeah, do we
Mama.
go with
We
Big
were
Mama?
calling it Big.
Let's go with Angel. I
I like
don't
Big
feel
Mama.
comfortable calling her Big Mama. She might
Okay,
not
we go-
like being called Big Mama. She
I'm
doesn't
calling it
talk.
Big-
Perhaps
I'm calling it Big
if
Mama, and that's fine.
Goth Mummy.
Big titty goth mummy. Oh,
I mean, I'm up for either.
what's a goth actually?
perhaps if the salt if the salt can actually prevent her from leaving, then perhaps we do a little circle around her, around Big Titty Goth Angel,
Big titty goth angel.
Big Mama Goth, whatever. Do the circle, then perhaps Vordain with his large muscles
Yes.
pulls out, maybe wakes her up and maybe frees her.
Oh yeah, great idea. While I'm inside the salt
while
circle.
the rest of us perceive this from a distance.
Great, yeah. Great. So not only do I not actually think we should free them necessarily, you want me to free them and be the only one potentially in danger while
If
doing
it
it.
I mean,
helps,
we
I'll be
probably
right
shouldn't
next to
jump.
you.
We probably shouldn't jump
Because-
straight
Baby.
to freeing. I was just saying,
Too many
in the
people
event
talking.
that we do free,
Cannot hear what Richard's saying.
should be a circle in case.
Yeah, I could catch half of that. There was people trying to butt in. So
I say, start with the circle. Try and wake her. It may be that in order to wake her, we need to release the binds. We can decide on that when we get to it, I suppose.
Well, I think we need to be careful releasing potentially something quite evil. We don't know what this creature is.
If it helps, if you plan on doing it, I'll be right next to you in case there's anything magical happening.
Right, I'll throw you at her, and then she can have you.
Feel free to. Feel free to.
And I'll be 30 feet away,
I'm sure.
ready to
Lora-
assist.
Loratha says, so you're set on trying to free this creature.
I'm not.
Also trying to find Drimek.
Yes, Dramek.
Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, isn't
maybe
that the main thing that, at the very least, like you'll be able to learn probably more information about what Drimek discovered?
I think we should find him first, probably, if we can.
Probably. He probably knows more about the angel than we do.
Mm-hmm.
That does sound less likely to get us incinerated in a holy fire or unholy fire or
Mm-hmm.
Well, you
Whatever.
might be fine. I don't know what its views on witchcraft are.
Hmm.
Well,
We thought as a precaution.
I mean, it had the wings were black, so presumably it's into some edgy stuff.
I don't think it gets a say, really, in the color of its wings.
Hmm.
It could be really into roses and rainbows and puppy dogs.
Hmm.
And occult magic.
And occult magic.
Polecats.
Yes, if we need to distract them, just throw the polecat at Big Mama.
I am not throwing Danica at the big angel.
You will refer to her by Big Mama.
By the correct name, which is Big Mama.
I am not throwing Danica at Big Mama.
Yeah, that's better.
What if she really likes polecats?
Well, then I can bring Danica over nicely and gently.
Okay.
Not like rolling her into a ball and throwing her at the angel's face. Sorry, Big Mama's face.
Right. So, okay. So we try and either rescue or recover this bonded fellow, and
See what he knows about Big Mama.
yes, depending on what we find, maybe do something with Big Mama. Maybe just leave her as she is. It may well be that she's been put there for good reason.
Hmm.
I don't think she's there for good reason.
Yeah, why would anyone good nail someone to a floor?
If they were really evil, if they were doing awful things, and I mean, what happens with angels, demons? If you kill them, they don't just die, right? They come back.
I mean,
so the thing is to capture them.
They were talking about how her presence seems to provide them with food, safety. I mean, there are cultures out there that wrap statues of gods in chains. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a similar idea. Maybe it's an attempt to try and bind her, whilst also recognizing her implicit benefits.
I'm not convinced that they are the ones that bound her. I suspect they found her like that.
And
I mean, like I said, that the wings, they were fused into the stone. That doesn't happen quickly.
I guess we try to save her, so we don't know if it's possible to actually pull the nails out and pull it from the ground. Maybe they tried. Otherwise, I would just wonder why none of those goblins would pull a nail out.
Maybe they don't want her to go away.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they just see her as an infinite source of food and sustenance,
Yeah.
and that they worship her because of that.
They might not know if she's good or evil either, then.
Maybe they just don't care about whether she's good or evil.
Yeah.
Maybe they just believe that she's there to feed them. I don't know.
Well,
Seems
they
bizarre, but
will choose to believe it as long as it serves their interests.
But clearly they have an incentive to keep her around. So if you do decide to try and seek out this goblin settlement, or try and find Dramek, perhaps if he's been captured, then be careful, because they will not take kindly to intruders, I suppose.
That's fine. We don't take kindly to people who don't take kindly to intruders.
Doesn't that mean you're an intruder?
I mean, we are, though. We would be.
We would be if we're
We,
attacking.
by any like definition of the word, we would be. Sure, we might have a good reason to be.
You could argue liberator.
Aye.
What are the
You could.
laws around here around killing goblins? By the way, are they protected?
I mean, I would consider it the same as bandits, really. Not all.
I think they're free game.
Like
I think the law goes into caves like that.
specifically flesh caves.
Flesh caves, lawless areas. Everybody.
And also, who would own the flesh cave? Like, it's not theirs. How can we intrude? It's just a flesh cave.
I think it belongs to Big Mama. It's
Big Mama's
her,
cave.
it's her skin. It's her skin, right? It's like bodily autonomy, that kind of thing, right?
Welcome to Big Mama's Flesh Cave. Sounds like a name.
Big Mama's Flesh House.
Big Mama's Fleshlight.
I feel like you can't call this episode Big Mama's Flesh Cave. You're gonna wind up getting it kicked off of YouTube.
It would definitely get
the most
flagged.
viewed episode ever.
I'm just gonna call it Meat Mummy, I think.
Meat Mummy.
Okay, so are you pretty set on investigating this then?
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, if you I guess just like finishing up your meal and going, I guess, and just filling Chorus in on what you've been talking about. He gives you the pouch of salt and says, this is ecumenical salt. It should protect you from a number of evil beings. Generally, anything that is undead, anything that is demonic in nature, will be hesitant to cross it.
Is it edible?
Well, I wouldn't recommend eating it. It's got gems kind of mixed in. It's not really for food.
One other thing. Do you have any strong smelling herbs that we could perhaps borrow?
Yes. He sort of hands over a few pouches of like lavender. And maybe like enough leather for like a little mask that you could pack with it to protect yourself from the smell.
Just what I was thinking. Thank you.
He says, if you do find Dramek and you are unable to bring his body, if he is dead and you are unable to bring his body back, anything you can do to retrieve the symbiote and bring it back to us would be incredibly important.
And how do that?
Where in the body is the symbiote stored?
In the chest cavity.
Right.
Just by the heart.
And we just pull it out?
Yes. Yes, you can just cut. I hate saying this, but
Yeah, I'm sorry.
just cut the chest open, and you should be able to find it.
Hopefully,
It's a conscious being. It will make itself aware that it's being rescued, so you'll be able to find it very easily. In the event that Dremek is alive, any information you can get from him as to what's going on and how to solve this problem will be very needed.
And if he's alive, we don't need to retreat the symbiote. Got it.
Hopefully it's required, but if we do need to bring the symbiote back without him, can it survive out of water?
Yes, it will survive for a long time.
Okay. So
A couple of weeks at least. I mean, he's been gone for maybe a few days.
So we can keep it in a pocket or something. It won't be fine.
Yeah, they're very reliable. What's the word?
Friendly.
Resilient. That's the word. And I am sure that it will be able to tell your intentions in that you are trying to save it. Chances are that these goblins will not know about these. The Rura Alim. So
does it understand common if you speak it to it?
It will read your thoughts. It will understand your intentions.
Right. So in a way,
it will maybe even communicate with you. Depends if you are lucky enough.
Would it be startling if it did so?
Well, I don't know how you would particularly take it. Amongst our people, it is a great blessing.
I just, it's like if we're looking around, and then all of a sudden we have this thing shouting in our brains, "Hey, I'm over here!"
Probably won't happen like that, but I'm sure that it will make itself as easy to find as possible. It doesn't want to scare you away.
Right, okay.
But again, if you do this for us and you manage to help us in this way, we will be in your service. We will do everything we can to help you out with your condition.
Well, I suppose we best be off then.
I'm sorry it has to be like this. I would have liked for some of the other elders, some of the other bonded to be here. Perhaps we could have put our minds together and worked out a solution for you easier.
Well, hopefully we can bring one back.
Yes.
Safe travels to you all. I'm sure that fate has brought you here for a reason. And that reason hopefully is in our interests. He nods and sees you out. As you, I suppose, get ready to traverse out again. Did you want to spend the night here?
I figured that was the idea. Yeah, we would spend the night here, go off in the morning.
Good old.
How long a travel was it?
Yeah, let's say actually when you were at Laratha's, you spent the night there, and then you've just come and seen Karask in the morning. So yeah, so you can have a long rest and sort of rest up and stuff.
And I take it my friend isn't up for conversation.
Yeah, during the night, I guess you kind of tried to communicate, but there was no response.
Okay.
So, I guess traveling out from New Scar, now that you've marked it on your map, you can get here. You can make your way back. You know the lay of the roads and that sort of thing. What kind of order do you want to walk in?
I can stay in the middle.
Who is
I'll go second from the back.
I could go at the front, I guess, to scout. If people wanted.
Yeah.
Unless someone wants to be at the front. Cool.
All right. Vordane, do you want to go just behind Cobweb then?
Sure.
So Cobweb, Bourdain, what, Marius in the middle?
Works.
Spike and then Wilhelm at the back.
Put Spike at the back.
All right then, Cobweb. Make me a survival check.
Yeah, I have to refresh the page.
Just to traverse your way through the woods. And Bourdain, make me a perception check.
Sure.
It's being slow.
Oh, I still got the second thing for some reason.
Oh, sorry.
So that should be 26.
Cool. Is that better? Has that come off your sheet?
What was it again? For
Survival.
survival.
Does appear to be gone now. Yeah.
Oh, 9.
All right. So you begin making your way through the forests, seeing the trees above, the kind of harsh summer light and the heat kind of beginning to beat down on you as it comes into midday. Traveling the kind of 10 or so miles, traversing back on yourself, back to the stream, back to the camp, and then back up to the caves. Just as you kind of make your way sort of on the last leg, Bourdain, you see just in a bush ahead, something very quickly dash from tree to tree. Seems kind of large. You've just managed to spot it with your perception.
Didn't get a good look at what it could be. It just looked like a large figure.
Yeah, it looked about human sized. Dashing very fast though.
Okay, I'll alert the party to that. Aware that we are being followed.
And as you hold a kind of hand up to warn the party, an arrow whizzes just by your ear.
Ah.
Let me show you what you see. I don't know if on the stream. Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh, is that a knot?
Yes. You see just in a bush nearby, a gnoll whips an arrow right past Bourdain's ear as you hear a kind of roar from nearby. Can everyone roll initiative for me, please?
Here we go.
Remind me how you do that?
So if you go on the right, on the second bar, the second sort of the encounter tracker is on there. You can just click on the dice next to your name. It's not on your character sheet. It's actually like where the chat is, just right next to it.
Okay.
And you
I
can
think I've
roll
never
survival if you want, Cobweb, for that.
Survival. Oh,
Yeah, it's alright. You roll perception. Does Danica need to roll initiative?
I believe she.
I know she just went acts on your turn, didn't she, when you command?
Yeah.
All right. So this gnoll first attack misses. It's going to fire a second one at Cobweb.
cool.
That's a 20 to hit.
Yeah. Just.
So that's 4 piercing damage.
Do I just?
So on your token on the battle map, you can also click on it, right click, and then where it says 32, just you can type in -4 into that. And it will just
No.
oh no, now you're back at 0. Let me put you back. So yeah, like you click on where it says 32 and you just type -4.
What, instead of 32?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did 32 minus 4.
No, yeah, instead of there we go. And then the third attack, the Gnoll is going to charge forward and run towards Marius, and that's his turn. Marius.
Okay, you closed up the thing for me. Perfect. I'm gonna start off my turn by casting Shield.
Whoa.
And then, ooh, I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast Evil Eye on the Gnoll in front of me.
Okay, what's that do? Fix your own target imprisonment, and it's just a hex, right?
Yeah.
There's no save, is there?
There's an 18 will save.
Oh, will save.
DC 18.
That is a 18. On the
Oh,
die.
fuck.
So
Well,
that's unaffected.
and then I'm just going to step here.
Okay. No attack of
that's my
opportunity. All right, Bourdain. Yeah, you hear the roar of the gnolls, and you hear one obviously approaching from behind as well. They seem quite large and imposing. Their mouths covered in blood from a recent hunt, clearly looking in a bloodlust for their next meal. What do you do?
I attack. Okay, I'm going to. So I'm going to use exacting strike for this. So if it fails, I don't get. You probably know what it does. Let's do it. 18 to hit.
18 just hits.
Nice damage. 10 damage.
All right, yeah, you slam down on the gnoll, cutting a large gaping wound in his chest. He kind of just like pants hysterically.
Okay, I'm going to raise a shield, and that'll be my turn.
All right, Wilhelm.
Yeah, going to cast Magic Weapon on Spike's gun. And then I'm going to bravely run away.
Brave,
See,
brave,
guys, I'm going back
brave
to
Sir Wilhelm, Sir Wilhelm. He bravely ran away.
Ran all the way to Sanathel.
So that would
That's
be
it.
impressive.
That's it for Wilhelm.
Okay. This gnoll is going to run up to Cobweb with his sword out. Sorry, it's like a battle axe in his hand, and he's going to make an attack. That's 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. That's 12 damage.
Okay. Ooh.
And then he's going to make a second attack with a minus attack, a multiple attack penalty, and that's 7 to hit. That misses. All right, Spike.
Okay, Spike is going to target the guy in front of Bourdain. She is going to first do a pistol twirl. So, oh no, sorry, I have to be within melee reach to do that. Yeah, you have to be in melee reach, but then it
Like
gives.
Reaper roll also.
It basically just lets you feint for ranged weapons.
Okay.
Just gonna shoot the dude. So just a strike. 21.
21 hits.
Okay, so there's this plus. Oh, it's only D4. Is that right?
Yeah, because it's a fatal D8. So.
Oh, that's why I did so much before.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just another D4.
Okay.
It was actually 22 to hit because it was +1, but
Yeah, that's still.
it doesn't matter. But yeah, another 4 damage, so 8 total.
Okay.
And then it's gonna Recontour's reload. So it's gonna do a intimidation check on that gnoll.
Okay. Is that a will save?
It is a against their will DC, so it's intimidation.
Right.
12.
That is a fail.
Okay. And then shoot again.
Okay.
And miss, probably.
Yes, that's a miss.
Okay, that's it for Spike.
Cool. All right, Cobweb. Yeah, seeing this knoll kind of towering over you, his axe kind of biting into your leather armor, doing a little bit of damage. What do you want to do?
Does like firing a bow up close affect anything?
I don't think it does in Pathfinder, does it? It's not a.
What kind of bow is it?
It's a short bow.
Yeah, so all it'll do is it'll provoke opportunity attacks. But
not everything has opportunity attacks in Pathfinder.
Yeah, if it has an opportunity attack or reactive strike in the remaster, then it'll provoke them. But as long as it doesn't have the volley trait, which short bows don't, but long bows do, then you're fine at short range.
Okay. I will hunt prey on the.
Mm-hmm.
Is the other one has been attacked by everyone else? It's the one next to me hasn't been attacked.
Yeah, this one is fresh.
Okay, so yeah, I'll hunt prey on the one next to me, and then I will do hunted shot, which I take 2 quick shots. Can I click?
Yeah, so you can make 2 attacks. And then if both hit, you combine their damage. But the first strike, yeah, it's just for the purpose of resistances and weaknesses, so it kind of just combines damage. But yeah, you just do 2 normal shots. One has a -5 because it's the second.
Oh wait, there's a hunter's. Is that the right one? No,
yeah,
that's
there's hunter's aim as well.
yeah, one that I knew.
And that gives you a bit of a bonus to the roll, but that's 2 actions.
Yeah. Do I do 2 on the same roll?
So you do. Okay, so that's the first one. That's crit, 28. So you roll the critical damage for that, and then the second one you roll with the multiple attack penalty -5.
Can I do that on here?
Yeah, it's next to short, but next to the strike button, there's one that says map -5.
Cool. Hey.
Oh, very accurate. All right, so that's a crit for the first one, and then the second one is a hit. So you do critical damage for the first one, where you press the critical button, and then just the normal damage for the second one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and then you also get the bonus. I think you get bonus damage for the first one.
Wrong one. Sorry.
Yeah, so the precision extra damage.
And then the next one, normal damage. So I clicked damage on the first one. It should have been crit.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll take the first one because that'll be 20.
Well, you just roll damage for unarmed attacks.
Oh, wait. Really?
Oh, the first one is, yeah, shit.
Both of them are.
There is a ranged short bow here. Should I?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, do the short bow damage.
Okay. So I do a crit or...
Yeah, crit and then normal. Okay, so 19. And then the second one is normal damage. But it doesn't have the precision damage on there, so that's just a 1 for the second one.
Okay.
You only get precision damage against the first attack.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so yeah, you fire a shot directly into the gnoll's chest, with a big thud, and it kind of just goes straight through him out the other side. That would be a fatal wound. He seems to be like blood ravaged. He's looking very hurt though. All right, this gnoll is going to call allies. He just roars into the air.
I think that's not manipulate action.
No, he just roars. Yeah, he just roars.
To manipulate his allies into coming.
Yeah, exactly. Attack of opportunity.
Just bear with me a second. So you see two more gnolls appear from the sides.
Oh no, you need to run the other way.
And then this one is going to attack you, Vordain, with a battle axe.
Okay.
So he's going to take out his battle axe and then attack you.
Okay.
That's 21 to hit.
That just hits.
Okay. That's 6 damage.
I'll just take damage on that.
And that's his turn. Marius.
How hurt is the one left of Vordain?
Pretty hurt. Yeah, they're both looking. The nearest ones to you are both looking pretty hurt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Potentially lethal range.
Marius sees that Wilhelm is in a little bit of trouble. Let me just Okay. So if I go here, actually, no, I'll stay where I am. Actually, sorry.
Okay.
So by here, I'm gonna cast Evil Eye again on the one left of Vordain.
Okay. Is that will save again?
Yeah.
That's a 22 that time.
Take. Okay.
They're very willful, these gnolls.
Well, then I'm just going to fucking... Oh. I'm gonna cast Guidance on Vordain.
I am guided.
And, I guess step to here so that I'm a bit further away from the gnolls.
Okay. Alright, is that your turn then?
Yep.
Alright, Vordain.
Okay, I'm going to use that guidance and make an intimidating strike.
Okay.
21 hit.
Anyone that hits, yes.
Okay, so that's an intimidating strike as well. So he's now frightened 1.
Okay. Frightened. Oh, where is that? Alright, and 8 damage, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, he's looking really injured.
Okay. I'm going to try and make another hit then.
Okay.
So, normal attack. Missed.
16, nearly.
They would have missed anyway because of the attack penalty.
Oh shit, yeah, you didn't have that. Okay, no problem.
Attack penalty. Okay, that's my turn.
That's your turn, Wilhelm.
Okay, I'm going to continue to bravely run back away the other way. Over to here.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And then going to cast Electric Arc on the 2 gnolls at the top.
Okay.
So one next to Vordain and one next to Cobweb. So
You
can I
have to do a
please...
reflex save for that, right?
Yes, please.
Both of them, yeah.
Mhm.
Alright, reflex save on the first one is a 12.
Fail.
And then an 11 on the second one.
Okay, both fail. Both
Alright,
take 6 damage.
Okay, as an arc of electricity shoots out, Vordain, you see it just completely begin frying the one in front of you. His eyes start burning out. It goes.
Oh.
And then the second one, how much damage? Is it the same for both?
Yeah, 6.
Okay. Yeah, this one is almost dead, but not quite. Oh, that's your turn, is it?
Yep, that's it for me.
Oh, actually, let's roll the initiative for these ones. Okay. All right. So this Knoll Hunter is going to make a Jaws attack on you, Cobweb, trying to bite you. There's a 26 to hit.
Oh, ouch.
That hits.
Yeah. How do I know what? For my...
If it's 10 higher than your AC, it's a crit. But don't worry, I look at that anyway.
Yeah, I got that.
So that's 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to make an athletics check to try and trip you.
Oh dear.
So that's against your reflex DC, isn't it? Isn't that how it works?
Do I just do minus 10 piercing damage?
Yeah, unless you don't have any resistances. And then that's a 19 to try and trip you. Is it against reflex DC, Richard?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a fail then. So he doesn't manage to do that. And then with the third attack, he's going to try and attack you with his battle axe. But he has a minus 10 to that, which is a minus 8 he got. Oh no, sorry, it's a 2. Sorry. It's a 2 he got, so that's a fail. Alright, that's his turn. Spike.
Okay, Spike is going to do another Raconteur's Reload against Upright Guy. So it's going to be Intimidation. Is a 16 against their will DC?
Against their will DC, that's just a fail.
Okay. Regardless, they have now reloaded. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 30 feet away. 9. Just going to make a strike with the pistol. 16.
16's a miss. Yeah,
Damn.
just shoots over the Knoll's shoulder. Slams into a nearby tree. The sort of bark goes flying.
Let me just 1 sec. 2. It's just gonna move over to here. And that's it for Spike.
Okay, cool. Alright, this Knoll is going to fire a short bow. I think you're within range. Yeah, at Marius from the tree line.
Okay. I'm gonna... Oh wait, no, I forgot to raise my shield last turn, didn't I? Shit.
That's a 25 to hit? I don't think that's a crit, is it?
No, that's just a regular hit.
Okay, so that's 6 piercing damage.
Ow.
No, he's going to fire another one. 17 to hit?
That hits.
That's 5 piercing damage. And then this Knoll is going to hide. Still check. Or take... He needs to take cover first. Well, I suppose it's already in cover. Alright, it's just hiding. Alright, this Knoll is going to move to this bush. It's 2 actions. And is going to take cover in the bush. Alright, Cobweb. By the way, if we maybe at the end of this round we'll finish here.
Yep.
I don't know how long people.
Hey,
will
I can heal like
Fine, you can.
in my actions, but I don't know if that's.
Yeah, you can use nature to treat wounds. don't know if you have
I
battle.
think treat wounds is 10 minutes.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have
no.
to use battle medicine, I think.
Spike has battle medicine.
Okay.
She's moved up to do that, but hasn't done it yet.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, it's probably better for you to just attack because this knoll is looking really injured.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right. I've still got hunt prey on it, haven't I?
Yep.
Okay. Maybe I'll do hunter's aim this time.
Okay. Yeah, that gives you a +2.
No, yeah, I can tick it. I can. There's a bot.
Cool. Oh, nice. Yeah, so remember to click
Right,
the
well,
short bow.
right.
We'll give you an extra +2.
And okay. Oh,
Another natural 20. What the hell?
ooh.
You've been very lucky so far. I think you got a natural 20 last fight.
I do have some good vibes with the dice.
Alright, roll a crit.
Oh yeah. Mm,
25. That's a bit of an overkill. You just fire the arrow straight through the gnoll's skull. Sort of collapses to the ground.
that was 2 actions. I actually have an action. Right, can I move?
Is it 2 actions?
Yeah, Hunter's aim is 2 actions.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay,
moved
no. I dropped.
Yeah.
By where Marius is to take cover?
Like here.
Yeah.
Okay, or maybe.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So we'll finish up here for today then, yeah? We'll come back
Sure.
and finish up the fight next time, yeah?
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Sound good with everyone? All right. Well, thank you for coming, everyone. Thanks for playing tonight.
Thank you.
So running.
Thank you for running.
And I will see you next time, and we will continue on with our journey. All right.
Hi.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna move
Yeah,
Mr. Magpie.
yeah.